Starting from the top, Jack Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer.
Jack Hermansson plays this main event of the fight nights quite well, doesn't he?
He does.
It's not his first rodeo, as Winston Peters would say. But
Winnie P.
Winnie Blues. Look, yeah, he does play this quite well. He is a bit of a gatekeeper himself. Of people that want to kind of make it through to that like that next kind of contender fight, if you like.
He's a good test.
He is a good test, and I think he's a great test for Joe Pyfer because we haven't really seen him up against that top quality of opponent yet.
Not yet. He TKO'd Mersharts, which is, I mean, that's impressive. Mersharts has got good jiu-jitsu, but we've seen the likes of Hamzat put him out with one punch. This guy's obviously got power.
Big power.
Big power. We'll get into that later. So, yeah, he did get one loss recently not recently, but 2020 on the Contender Series, but he broke his arm.
Right.
Trying to defend a takedown, and that was the end. So he was winning that fight. Probably would have got the win if it weren't for this injury. But he's come back and he's looked nothing short of spectacular. Yeah,
he's had a finish in every fight.
Yeah,
since then
he's not left the second round in every fight since then. So yeah, very impressive. Who's this guy? His last victory was against this man,
Judo Thunder.
But I mean, is that a real big win?
Abdul Razak Al Hassan, who is 12-6, is 38 years of age.
Yeah, not the best win there, but
he's got 100% finish rate when he wins, though.
Oh wow,
I think 12 KOs. It said.
Jesus,
beast. But yeah, Jack Hermansson is a big step up in competition. He's obviously a lot more experienced than anyone that we've seen Joe fight in recent times.
100%. Yeah, he's fought the best of the best. That's for sure. He's not always beat the best of the best.
No,
but he has beat some pretty good guys. He was looking like he was going to go on a bit of a title tear before he faced Cannonier there, and then he's gone back and win loss since then. But
geez, yeah, win over Kelvin Gastelum. It's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's not something to just skip over.
Heel hook as well. I remember that fight. Kelvin just gave him that heel hook. It was pretty horrible. But yeah, that's definitely nothing to
win over Chris Curtis is also quite a good win. And
big Edmund Shaberzian, first guy to beat him, I believe.
Yeah, so he's a real competitive fighter, and he's got quite good skills in all aspects of MMA.
He does. He took Sean Strickland to decision, and that was a pretty close fight.
That was a good fight.
That was a banger. He's great grappling, great wrestling. He's going to want to try and take this to the ground more than likely. He doesn't have the knockout power that the likes of Joe will have, so he'll be wanting to avoid that big power punch for sure.
Jack the Joker.
Jack's the Joker. Why is he the Joker? I wonder. Maybe he's funny.
Maybe. That would make sense.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Maybe he just has an uncontrollable laugh.
Maybe his dad cut the sides of his mouth when he was young.
That's also a potential reason for his nickname. Yes.
Could be. You never know. You never know in these, this is a strange world that we live in. But yeah, interesting fight. I think we're gonna figure out whether Joe Pyfer belongs in the top echelon of this division, especially if he can go out there and get a first round finish, knockout. I think that propels him into a top 10, top 5 fight probably against the likes of maybe a Marvin Vettori, a Jared Cannonier.
Yep.
I mean, him versus Hamzat. That
could be on the cards too.
The middleweight division is really brewing up to be the best division for younger guys.
I'd agree.
Coming up, you got Pyfer, you've got Bo Nickel.
There's a bit of a passing of the torch going on at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah,
and I think that's why we've seen the belt be thrown around quite a bit lately. It's just because there is so much talent coming through, but also there is the likes of Vettori, Cannonier. Even Strickland now, who's been there for quite a while.
Yeah.
These guys who have always been, tossing it up in the top 10 are now having to face some newer contenders
Younger
coming
guys.
through, and yeah, there's just a bit of a different skill base behind some of these younger guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be a really exciting division for the next couple of years until
100%.
it kind of settles itself out for another wee while.
Because I mean, Izzy is coming towards the end of his career now. He's 36, I think, or maybe 35. So he's definitely coming towards the end of his career. But you got Strickland, who's only 32.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Dricus du Plessis. I forgot the name of the champ for a moment there. This really isn't working, is it?
No.
You got DDP, who is, I think, 31.
Yes.
So those guys aren't old,
No.
you know? And then you got like Hamzat, who's 28, 29 now. Bo Nickel, who's like 25. Pyfer, who's what? Maybe he's probably like young.
Wow.
I think he's still in his 20s. Yeah.
27.
27. So, you know, you've got this division that's just stacked with contenders of all ages, and it's going to be, super interesting. I think we'll see the belt change over a lot. If you're DDP, you've got to be on your toes now.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll probably see DDP fight Izzy or something, or we'll see what happens with Izzy. Maybe he gets the belt one more time. Maybe he doesn't. That's all got to settle out. Once that's done, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. If I was Izzy, I'd just retire.
What now?
Fuck this, yeah. Or maybe come back, fight one more time.
Yeah, fight one more time and then bugger off.
Yeah, because, I mean, Izzy at 36, he's done it all. Literally done fucking everything. He was the guy for so long. Come back, win the belt back if you can. Walk off into the sunset.
And there'd be a lot of room for things for him to do now. Like he's proven he's quite the personality.
Yeah. Big following.
A massive following. One of the biggest active stars in the UFC. Up until late, when he has kind of, been addressing a few other things. But yeah, I think there will be room for him to possibly have a career still with the UFC once he's not fighting. That could be on the table. His YouTube channel seems to be getting quite a following. And I mean, that's not an easy thing to.
No, and he's got his brother who helps him run that as well, which is cool.
Yeah, so. And then he's quite involved in the likes of Engage as well.
Yeah, and he's always at local fight nights. I'm sure he wants to coach at some point. I'm sure he's got a lot of wisdom to pass on. Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there will be some room for him to kind of step in there with Eugene and maybe help some of these guys come through the ranks. From City Kickboxing.
Exactly, 100%. So no, Izzy's not got a shortage of opportunity going forward for sure. But what is your opinion on the outcome of this fight, Jack Hermansson versus Joe Pyfer?
I'd like to see Joe Pyfer get it done. Obviously, we brushed over this earlier. He has broken Francis Ngannou's record.
He has.
Of the hardest recorded punch.
Which is interesting.
It's crazy for a middleweight to be coming out with stats like that.
He did say on JRE that he does walk around at about 225.
Right.
So he is big. But I mean, Francis walks around at what,
365.
Yeah. And he's just like 3 times the size of this guy.
Yeah.
So super impressive. I mean, stats don't lie. There's a video proof of it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking interesting. Really interesting that he was able to break that.
Oh, it all just comes down to technique, really, doesn't it? And so, yeah, it has kind of shown in this guy's last few fights that he can put people out.
Oh, absolutely.
In pretty spectacular fashion. So, yeah, I think we will be...
If he lands, there's a big chance that Jack Hermansson's going to go to sleep or get finished.
And this is 5 rounds as well.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, we might see one of them tire out.
Yeah, we could.
That would be interesting. I mean, Joe Pyfer, like we said, hasn't been past the second round in his last 5 fights, I think it is. So that could play a part. But yeah, if he can get him out of there in the first couple of rounds, I see that as quite a bit more of a possibility than anything else. Same
here. I'm going to go round 1, TKO finish.
Wow.
If it isn't a round 1 or a round 2 knockout by Pyfer, I can see Jack Hermansson going, getting it done,
kind of settling down and just putting his game plan to use,
getting those last 3 rounds.
Yep. No, but I think Joe Pyfer will it'll take a bit of feeling out. Like we said, Jack Hermansson is a big step up in competition for him. I think we're going to see a pretty clean knockout in the round 2.
Yep. Cool. I'll go round 1. You go round 2. Both pick the same guy. Round 1, round 2.